And we are getting pretty close to the end of spring, but we still have the one festival left, and we have time for some more caverns runs. So that's what we're doing today. And so welcome back as always. And today is nothing crazy. We need to turn in that mushroom that I was talking about yesterday to Kent for that quest. And then we're going to go to the caverns, even though, our luck isn't perfect, so it won't be as good of a run, I guess, as yesterday. But should still be pretty good. We got a pyramid luck day instead of like a star fruit, or a star drop. So we should be good. Take care of our little animal stuff. We still need to work on getting those guys up to the level of happiness they need to be, I guess. And I really need to start thinking about getting a pig relatively soon also, as they take a little while to mature and start producing truffles. And truffles are also like pretty valuable, so we can hopefully get that started sometime soon. It won't be this episode, because despite having like not a lot to do, we have a pretty like packed schedule, I guess. Also, this Ginger Island song is like pretty good. For some reason it reminds me of like Fast and the Furious, which isn't like a great movie, or any, like the series isn't great, but that's what it reminds me of. And I don't know, those are bad movies, but I enjoy watching them, so I don't know. Take that as you will. So yeah, we're gonna run down to Kent. I think yesterday when I was doing all those resets, I was only missing Kent by like a couple minutes. Oh no, I guess, 30 minutes. So maybe it was worth not waiting for him. But we did end up... Oh, we need to go to the wizard. We're not going to go to the wizard today. Oh well, we can go tomorrow. That quest does not end until the end of the week, so we're fine on that. So yeah, we're just going to head right into the Skull Caverns. I keep saying mines. And just have a regular old descent. I will not be taking any of the actions I was talking about in the last video, because I had already played this by the time I talked about it, so it's another pretty casual attempt at the caverns. And I've thought about that a little bit more, and I'll probably still keep it relatively casual. I think the pause buffering stuff is too hard to like edit around without a lot of like weird flashing, and I'm trying not to get into too much flashing. I know some folks are photosensitive, and I don't really want to like trigger a photosensitive response just because I want to get some more ore. It doesn't seem like a good trade-off, And as I say that, a bomb explodes. But for some reason, like, I don't feel like that goes away. Even I turned off the flashing thing. And maybe it didn't save, but I feel like it still hasn't turned off. And yeah, you can also tell like this run is... You can tell like the luck isn't as good because our iridium count is so much lower. Though we do at least have like that purple slime egg, which I think is 5,000. Which is nothing to like sneeze at, But I guess the meat of this episode is tomorrow, because that's going to be where we do like we're going to do an event I almost never do, because it has like one of my least favorite things in the world, and that is a non-skippable cutscene. And I'm not a fan of unskippable cutscenes, especially when it involves me like awkwardly dancing with somebody, or in this case, I guess the title kind of gave it away, but dancing with Haley, who I didn't choose for any other reason aside from I stood to benefit the most by asking her, just because of the heart gain. So I still haven't made a decision on whether or not I'm going with Haley or Aaliyah. That's still kind of up in the air. Or Shane, I guess. I don't like Shane though. It's not that I don't like him, but He's messy. I don't want to live with like a super messy dude in my house. So I don't know. We'll see. Things might change. He is like one of the easier bachelors to like romance, so to speak, because like he gets up really early. His gifts are super easy. And like you always know where to find him. He's either at work or at the bar or leaving his house, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't really stray too much from that. So I could go with him just for pure ease of relationship. But I'm not in a huge rush because I still don't have the house upgraded. And I don't know if I will for a while. That's kind of low on my monetary list, you know. Like that's one thing I'm having a little bit of trouble with, is like deciding how much or how to like allocate my funds in the most effective manner. Which is like, should I just save all my money, or should I be buying things like a barn upgrade? So I really need that stuff, but I don't need it as much as I need thousands and thousands of star fruit. So I don't know. So I need like 2 million gold for star fruit. And that's kind of steep. So we'll see. But yeah, this run was fine. I don't know. Nothing to write home about. Sub 200. A little less than 300. Or maybe around 300 iridium. And it doesn't look like we got any really special chest drops either. Aside from like a slime egg, which is sort of valuable. And I don't know, maybe some other little tiny things, but you know, it was a fine run. Got some batteries. Only one prismatic shard. That is a little bit rough. Oh, you know what? That ectoplasm might have been from today and I just didn't realize it. And if that's the case, then I guess today was worth it. Just for that one quest. That's one of the few, like one of the 8 quests that we need that can fail the run for us. Which I think at this point we've finished, I don't know, 3 of them? Maybe? I don't know. That's something I'll go over in more detail in a spring recap that I'll do. So basically, like once we're done with spring as a whole, I'll do one additional episode that's like, if you don't feel like watching all this, or if you haven't watched all this, you can jump in at spring and see like where we're at. And so, dang, we have like almost 300 iridium bars. That's pretty cool. So that actually might, what is that, 300 times 1500? So that's enough for like all of our starfruit and all of our deluxe speed grow. So that's cool. So maybe we'll go pick that stuff up in a couple of days here. And we also got our iridium band, or we got all the materials gathered and level 9 combat last time, so we could make that and have a little bit better of a ring situation. It gets kind of old, like digging in the dark and chopping trees in the dark. So it'll be nice to have that glow. I got some rice. I think that rice is unimportant, but I'll obviously scythe it up for the experience. And we'll ship it just in case, but I'm not going to process it. I'll just buy rice. That's all I need to do. Yeah, so tomorrow, or today I guess now, after this, we have the flower dance and some other little random like errands to run as usual. So we still haven't done our second round of gifts. So we got to do some of that. We got our morning recipe, which was a new recipe, so good news again. We'll finish our ectoplasm thing. We can empty some of our tappers, because I think they're on like a really messed up schedule. And yeah, flower dance. And we'll clean up our farm a little bit. That's kind of like the brunt of what we're doing. It's not like that thrilling necessarily. But the main reason we're going to the flower dance is not for friendship. It's mostly because we need a recipe from there and a rare crow. It's my least favorite rare crow by far. It's like the weird one with like really curly hair. I don't know, I don't like it for some reason. I don't know what it is. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not, I just don't like it, I guess. I don't know, I can't really articulate why. It just rubs me the wrong way, I guess. I don't remember why we only smelted the number of bars we did. I think we're trying to make a couple more tappers. This tapper thing has been like the slowest burn in the world, you know? Like, I don't think we're done with it. We're not done with our forest, obviously. But I don't even think all the trees have grown in yet. Even after using that, what's it called? The fertilizer. So that's kind of obnoxious. Yeah, we still have a ton of trees. They're not fertilized. And we're running like, man, we're going to be cutting it close on tappers. We're really going to have to like start cranking out a lot more tappers very, very soon for the stuff up north. And hopefully some of those trees up there are oak trees. They might not even be oak trees. That's probably worth looking at. But yeah, we're going to clear out, I don't know, we don't have to clear out a lot more of this forest down here. Just a little bit, because we actually have all the room we need now. But we do have a little bit of a lull. Aside from running down to the wizard real quick. We don't have anything else to do, so. We can do that. We can also do the wizard, like after the festival. We don't even have to do it now. So this is kind of just free time. Oh, you know what? We have to do it after. Because we can't enter the forest because the flower festival is in the forest. So we'll do the wizard stuff afterwards. I think that's what we'll have to do. And hopefully I remember that so I don't accidentally go down there too early. If I did, I'd probably reset because that's kind of a big loss of time. You don't have to be at the event until like 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock, I want to say. So yeah, we're just, I don't know, pretty chill morning, I think, today. Oh, I just put all my stuff away. That's annoying. I have a really bad habit of like auto, what is it called? Like auto depositing stuff into your chests. So I just accidentally put in all the stuff I pulled out, which is not the biggest deal, but it's a little bit annoying. Oh, but here's a look at our friendships real quick. So we have Evelyn and Clint are the highest non-dateable. And Willie's up there pretty far. But Leah and Haley are really, really close. As well as Maru, Emily. And I guess that's the highest for all the dateables. Which that's not a very nice thing to call everybody. The bachelors and bachelorettes, I guess. Which even that isn't just the people you can date. That's a better term, because I don't know what their identification is, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. We're doing okay with most people. Like, the bottom of the list is getting a little, I don't know, it should be a little bit higher probably, but those are like really late birthday people, like fall birthdays and some winter birthdays. So I'm not too concerned about that yet. I'll worry more when like I'm on Ginger Island, I guess. I'll worry more once like the bulletin board is done and the luau is done. That's when I'll have to actually think like, okay, these people need special attention. And for now, I'll just continue with like what I've been doing because it seems like it's working. And like this guy is one of the harder ones. Not harder, but like I didn't meet him until pretty late. Same with Krobus. So they're a little more challenging to like elevate fast, but their loved gifts are at least pretty easy. And there's Vincent. The kids, I always like neglect the children. Mostly because like I don't think they're that interesting. Like Vincent's okay, but like I don't know, there's like no growth obviously from the children. Whether it's, I mean, like literal growth because they're always children forever, or like their stories don't really change. So I don't know, I just don't really care for that. I think that's why I like Haley and like Shane. Well, I don't like Shane, but that's why I like him a little bit more. Is because at least he has some depth, I guess, or he's not just a totally static dude. Like Pam, I don't know about Pam. I can't decide. I think like I was watching Leap a Lot did a video about Pam, which is like really intense and not for maybe not for everybody because it covers some heavier topics, but he made me dislike Pam a lot more than I used to. Because she's got her problems, but she's like generally cool with everybody. There's a tiger trout. That might be a good thing to have if I didn't already fish it up. I guess we'll find out right now. I still have to fish one up. And it looks like I already have it, so it doesn't matter. And that star drop, I will wait for a very long time before I buy it. Star drops are my lowest priority right now, just because most of them you can get pretty fast. Like the museum one will get, there's no rush on that. The fish one will get in fall. There's no choice with that one. And that one you can buy whenever you want. The relationship one is easy enough once you get married, so we'll cross that bridge when I get there. It's not really something that I don't anticipate it being a problem, I guess. I hope it's not. It's one of those things you can probably easily forget on accident, but it's not that pressing, so. I like Jodie a lot. I think she's a good character. I don't know why. She just seems like a cool mom. And like Kent's okay. Kent seems fine. He's kind of like, he's got his problems, I guess, just because he just returned from war, so he's got the right to be a little bit skittish, I guess, with some of his cutscenes. And Elliot I almost never interact with. He's so far away and removed from anything I ever do. I couldn't even tell you anything about him. I know he's like a writer and he plays piano. But other than that, I kind of distance myself in a way. I don't know, I just don't really care for him. I like Harvey. I think he's cool. He reminds me of like every one of my friends. Because I feel like all my friends look like him in some way or another. Like a brunette dude with something like somewhat of a mustache or facial hair and glasses. Like that sums up a pretty good chunk of all my friends. So not all of them, but a lot of like the ones I've known the longest, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. We did most of our gifts. And then we'll enter the worst festival, I would say. I think it's my least favorite festival, or my least attended festival at least. I would say worse, yeah. I agree, it's the worst. And yeah, I basically just do the normal stuff. I buy the 2 things I need, and I am just going to talk to everybody, and I will be asking Haley to dance, because I need the most friendship with her. Or she's like the most beneficial that will also say yes. So that's the logic behind that. And I'll watch like the terrible dance. I don't know, I don't like the dancing. It seems like it's kind of out of time with the music. And also you don't change clothes, which is kind of weird. Because everybody else is wearing their like fancy flower dance uniforms. And I'm just in like my nasty like work overalls. So I feel kind of weird about that. It's like, it feels like being like really underdressed at like a fancy event. And it's like the worst feeling in the world. So anyway, that's it. I don't know what we're going to do now. I think we'll just button up a few things. I guess we didn't do the ectoplasm after all. It just depends on if we can make it down there in time. We probably can't. I think the wizard's door is probably locked. But we could probably at least go down there and chop some wood. We have time for that. I just don't know if the wizard ever closes. Like, the wizard might never even close the shop. Or not shop, but his house. Because I know you can go in there at like 6 o'clock. So I don't know. We'll see what we do. I'm on the edge of my seat. But again, it's like one of those things that, like, it's really not a priority. Oh, we're out of coal. We'll have to pick up some coal next time. Some of the iridium money will have to go to that. But we have plenty. We're going to sell it tonight. So we'll see, like, we might actually make a ton of money. Let's see. We'll find out, I guess, in like a couple minutes. Not right now, but we'll try to go and at least chop some wood. I think that's probably the best use of our time. And then, yeah, we'll find out about the wizard. And I'll just cut out, like, all the travel. It's not that interesting. Nothing happens. And I still have not been checking the traveling cart. I might need to start doing that too. Am I going to check the wizard? It kind of seems like I'm not going to. Yeah, it seems a lot like I'm not going to do the thing I went down there for. So yeah, it'll be tomorrow. So really, I guess I lied in the beginning when I said I was going to finish that quest. It's a recipe I'll never use, and I won't even make until, like, I absolutely have to, so it's not that big of a deal. It's just like, the longer I put it off, the more likely I am to forget about it. The farm, it just seems so empty right now. But I guess that's because it is. And that's by design. And then I got stir fry today. I hope that's not a repeat. I think I learned it this morning. I hope I actually learned it and didn't get a repeat. Because if you have that fail state, like I was mentioning in the last episode, stir fry is the item that is automatically, or like, it defaults to stir fry. So if that's what I got because of an error, then we have really big problems. I'll figure that out real quick, actually. Let me pause it. No, just kidding, we're fine. But we made like $522,000, which is cool. That's all we need for Thursday and for coal. And then the pressure's kind of off for about a week. A little more than a week, actually. We have quite a bit of time before we need a super fat stack of money. So I'm excited for summer, though. So I'll see you all next time.